Good evening traders and welcome to Whore Trader UK. It's currently Tuesday the 2nd of June 2020 and the time is 16 minutes past 11 PM UK time. Traders, if this is your first time to the channel, I want to welcome you to Whore Trader UK. Hope you're going to take on board and get some quality content from what we're going to say to you today. If you've been here before, guys, we're just grateful that you keep coming back. We're building a nice group of traders in our little team now, and it's really starting to bubble nicely. Is this Whore Trader UK? Now, if you're liking the content, come across, press the bell icon, subscribe to the channel, make a comment on the YouTube page or the Facebook page. You know, we're happy to sort of talk to you. But without further ado, I'm going to jump into the markets, because the lesson for today is, when you get taken out of a trade, okay, whether that be for a loss or for a break even or even for a profit, is that trade over and done with? Okay, is that trade totally over and done with? Now, the pair that I'm talking about is the Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, the Aussie Kiwi pair. Now, just a small recap. We're here on the 3 monthly chart. And basically, let's just get rid of a couple of things here. First of all, let's just get rid of that. Okay, so you're looking at this descending line here, okay? Let's go down to the monthly chart. So there you see the descending line, and this shaded area here is weekly supply, as it's listed there. As you can see, weekly supply. The white dotted line that runs straight through that supply is a 618 retracement of the big move, of the big swing. The green dotted line is what I class as a 67.8 retracement, and the only reason that I've done that is I recognise that sometimes price will actually do what it needs to do above the 618 retracement, and the reason I believe it does that is that the institutions know that most people are trained to buy and sell at the 618. So what they do is they push the price up beyond that to take out the stops for them to move the market lower. And remember, if you're an institution and you want to go short, how do you fill your orders, guys? How do you fill your orders? Well, you need somebody to be on the other side of the trade. So you can't just enter a short and nobody be on the other side of that trade. So there are stops in this area, in this supply area anyway. There's people waiting at the 618 to go short, okay? And what the institutions do, as I go down to the daily chart, there's that 618 line, is they push price up, take people out, and then look to move the market lower. So let's just have a look at this. We're here on the daily chart, and I want to show you what's happened so far with this pair, because remember, we're trying to jump on board. Let's just go back up to the monthly chart, or even the 3 monthly chart. We're trying to jump back on board a push back down into the lows, back to the weekly chart, daily chart. So what you will see is this red arrow here is where we entered one trade in that bar, not that particular area, but that bar is where we entered the trade. In fact, let me just go down to a smaller time frame. Let's try the 4 hour let's try the 8 hour chart, and maybe I can show you a bit more. That's better. So in this 8 hour bar here, this is where we got short, okay, and price went in our direction for a little bit, but unfortunately in this blue arrow, in this big bar here, we got taken out for a loss somewhere in that big bar. Okay, in this red arrow here, we sold again. Now this time we were lucky because price moved in our favour, enough for us to bring the price down to break even, but unfortunately price has pushed back up again and taken us out for break even. So we're down on this trade, but we're only down one trade because we broke even on the second trade. But the question is, has our perspective on the Kiwi dollar, or the dollar Kiwi, Aussie dollar Kiwi, changed? And the answer to that question is no. So we're still bearish this pair. We still believe that this pair is due a push down. Now, how do we get back into this market? Well, look, Price has done, let me just fatten this up, price has done exactly what the reason that in the first place that we did this zone. Price has gone up into past the 61.8 retracement. What I'm hoping is that it's taken out all of those shorts there, push price up past the 618, and then we've bounced off the 67.8. So do I have a trigger to get in? Well, as I go up to the 10-hour chart, look at that bar, guys. Look at that negative bar there. Look at the price action after the bar. Okay, look at that wick. That's strong selling pressure there. Okay, 10-hour chart. Sorry, that was the 9-hour chart. 10-hour chart. Look at that. 12-hour chart. And then we've got sort of a, I forgot what that's called. There's a name in China's candlesticks for that. So I'm going to enter this based on, let's just have a look. To me, this is a more bearish bar. This is a more bearish bar than the 10-hour chart. So this is the play. I'm not going to jump in at the market. Go back to the 10-hour chart. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place a stop just below the lows. Just below the lows of this. So I want price to prove to me that it wants to go down. So maybe a few pips just below the low. So let's just get our short tool. And we've got the short tool. So I'm just going to place it just. So I want price to come down and prove to me that it wants to go short. So I'm going to place entry there. And I'm going to pull price across. So where's my stop going to go? The stop needs to go above there. Okay, 71 pips in risk. Where's my take profit going to go? Well, this is where it just gets a little bit crazy. Let's go up to the daily chart. Let's swing this in and look at the potential, guys. Just look at this potential. Look at this. Remember, we're bearish this pair. Look at this. We're not going to get greedy. You're not going to get greedy, he says, but that's what we're looking at. 753 pips worth of potential profit. If this trade is successful, it's a 10.54 to 1 risk reward. So let's set it up. Let's set it up. So what do we need to do here? So what we're doing is we're selling at the market. Sorry, we're selling a limit order because we're below the price. So sell, limit order, that's fine. How much do we want to risk? Well, let's just go and play with this figure here. Let's just go and play with this figure here. Let's put in, because we've already obviously had a loss on this, we don't want to keep going in at 1%. So let's just put in 0.5%. Let's see what happens there. Okay, let's see what happens if we put in 1%. I just want to see what that does to the figures. Wow, quite a difference. Okay, so what I'm proposing is we 0.75% risk reward ratio. That's what we're going to risk on this trade, because that makes this trade worthwhile. So let's get it into the market, guys. And there you go. So let's get rid of this here now. Let's just get rid of this here now. Remove. Okay, so let's go to the 10-hour chart. Actually, it looks like it's taking me in, which is not exactly what I was looking to do, but okay. Okay, I was hoping for price to come down a bit further, but it's taking me in. But all right, that's by the by. I'm not going to scrimp over a few pips. So we're short this market. So it's now just a case of let's wait and see what happens. So that, guys, welcome. Thanks for looking at the channel. I'm going to keep you informed of how this trade goes. So the next step is, can we get to break even? Traders, speak to you very soon. Good evening, traders, and welcome to Whore Trader UK. Welcome to the start of a new trading week. It's currently Sunday, the 7th of June 2020. And the time here in the UK is 11:20 p.m. So the market has not long opened, and I'm just going to quickly jump into a trade management trade. But if it's your first time to the channel, welcome to Horse Trader UK. Hope you're enjoying all of the content that we put out. And if you've been here before, I want to keep welcoming you for the fact that you keep coming back. We're really grateful that you're spending time here watching our content. Now, the pair that I want to jump into is the Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, the Aussie Kiwi. And basically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to the daily chart, okay, just to recap. Now, if you remember, we took a punt at, or we took a shot at getting short here, okay, and was taken out in this bar for a loss. We took another shot in this bar here and was taken out for break even on this occasion. So this time, we took another shot in this bar here. Okay, let's go down. Let's go down the time frame a little bit. That's better. We took a shot in this bar here. Okay, and we've been able to get some profit into the trade, and now we're looking at moving the stop to break even. The good thing about this trade, however, what's happened here? Let me just get my horizontal line here, and let me just now this is our stop loss up here. That's the stop loss. There's our stop loss. Okay, so that purple vertical line represents our risk in the market. So what has actually since happened is price has come down. Okay, and it's normally at this level here that I would normally take a profit off. But I felt quite confident about this trade, so I thought I'd let it run. And what has since now happened is we've got down, and we've just touched the bottom of this, there's the bottom of the line, and we've just sort of poked our nose through the bottom of the line there. So what that means is I'm going to take off now half of the position. The reason I'm taking off half of the position rather than just moving the stop to break even, because should price want to work its way back up and touch us, the last thing I want is for it to do that and then carry on in the position in the direction that we want. Or even price can go up further into our area there. And we've got just a little bit of room in this area here for price to do some stuff. But either way, we're going to have a 1-to-1 on this trade because we're currently at 2-to-1, which is absolutely great. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of these arrows for now. Let's get rid of those, all of those arrows, and let's look to now take off half of this profit. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing we do is we go in to protect the position. And what we want to do is to modify. Now, we're currently in a sell of this market. So to take off half of the position, what I need to do is I need to buy at market. Okay, so we're going to buy at market to reverse the sell position. Now, in addition to that, there's our lot size 163,745. 163,745. So to take off half of the position, what we need to do is we need to put 81,872 in there. 81,872. So that represents half of this 163,745 that you can see there. Okay, or here. So when I hit this buy, what you will find is this figure will half, this pounds and pence amount, and also will this should half as well. So let's do that now. And there you go. So as you can see, we've now banked half of this position. That's now banked. So let's see how the rest of the trade goes now, traders. So I'm going to leave it there for now, which, as I say, it's just a short trade. I'm going to bring you some more videos through the week because there's a few markets that we're keeping an eye on. So we're going to keep an eye on this one, and hopefully it'll take us to some good. As just so you're aware, other trades that we're in at the moment, the only other trade that we're currently in is the euro pound. So let me just get rid of that. So the euro pound now. So if you remember, and again, I've got a full video for this, but the euro pound we've been in this chart a long time. We've been in this chart since this bar here. Okay, since this bar here on the 30th of April. And as you can see, we're still in this trade. And there's our stop loss. So price has got very, very close to our stop loss and has since broken out. Now, a lot of traders would be tempted to take this. And you know, at the end of the day, if price was to come down and take us out, you know, maybe I'd regret it. But the fact of the matter is it's a psychology thing. If you continue to take your profits early, it becomes a habit. And then what happens is you will start to take your profits earlier and earlier and earlier. You teach yourself a pattern. So what you need to do is you need to hold for your profits. You need to hold for all of your profits. So if this trade does come off, let's have a look. If this trade does come off, we're looking at 398, call it 399 pips. So let's see how we go, traders. Again, we'll keep you informed with another video about this pair. Take care now. Good evening, traders, and welcome to Whore Trader UK. It's currently Tuesday, the 11th of August 2020, and the time is nearly 25 minutes past 8 PM UK time. Traders, if this is your first time to the channel, I want to welcome you here to Whore Trader UK. Hope you're enjoying everything that we're putting out there. And for those of you that keep coming back and back and back, from the bottom of my heart, we're truly grateful for the fact that you feel, you know, you're getting value from this channel, and you feel that, you know, you're happy to come and spend time with us here. If you're enjoying all of the content that we put out, subscribe to the channel, you know, leave a comment, press on the bell icon here, and that way it just helps the YouTube algorithm to pick us up and take us and show this content out there to other maybe struggling traders who you might want to help. Now I'm going to jump straight into the chart because there's a couple of things happen in a trade here. And the pair that I'm talking about, guys, is the Australian dollar Kiwi dollar pair. The Aussie Kiwi pair. Now, here we are on the 3 monthly chart of this pair. Okay, and there's a couple of things I want to explain to you that's happened and just show you what's going on here. Now, this initial trade that we're currently in actually started off as a re-entry after a losing trade. If you look over here, you can see that we entered. This is, remember that we're on a daily chart now. We entered a trade here. Sorry, we entered a trade here and basically took a loss. Sorry, entered a trade here and took a loss in this trade. We then followed that up with another entry, okay, in this bar here. Took some profit off there. And this has gone on, and we've been in this chart, in this trade, since the 3rd of June, guys. It is now the 11th of August, and we've been in this chart, in this trade, for the 11th of June. And today we got taken out of the trade. Now, as you can see here on TradingView, the TradingView hasn't taken us out, even though I know that we've got taken out. We've got taken out, and I know we've got taken out in our real account. For some reason, TradingView has got rid of my stop loss and my take profit. So just for reference, my stop loss, let me just get to the right level here. My stop loss was just 1 pip below that level there, okay? And as you can see there, price has spiked up into that area, taken us out, and subsequently has pulled back. But that's, you know, we trade transparently here, so I want to let you know what's going on so that you can understand, you know, we're out of this trade. So what I'm going to do now, in fact, I'll do it in a moment, but I just want to show you what's been going on in this trade. Now, here is what's really important is that when you have a plan and a system and a set of rules, okay, your job as a trader is to find your setup in the market, okay, and your job is then, once you see your setup in the market, without fail, as long as there is the right amount of money in your account, you take that trade every time you see that setup. Now, you have to take into consideration that you don't want to be trading the same types. For argument's sake, here we are on the Aussie dollar, Aussie Kiwi dollar. Now, the last thing I would want to do is see another setup in another Aussie pair or another New Zealand dollar pair and be taking that trade willy-nilly. So you obviously have to be careful not to take too many trades in the same pair, okay, or the same currency. Now, but if I was to see a setup in euro pound, for argument's sake, and it matched my rules are to take that trade, okay? As long as there is enough margin in my account to stand that trade. Now, what we are looking for, our trading style, is to catch the bigger swings in the market. You know, we're looking for, it's very rare that we're looking for a trade of anything less than 300-400 pips. Most likely we're looking for trades in excess of 500, 600, 700, 800 pips. And this trade here is no different. So what you will find with this trading style, okay, is you can be hundreds of pips up. And I'm going to show you that right here in this chart in a moment. But you can be hundreds of pips up, okay, and end up with either, and end up with a 50 or 60 pip win on that trade. And I'm going to show you what's happened here, just to show you, because a lot of traders will say to me, well, Guy, Ray, you should have taken that trade early. You should have taken it, you know, market conditions, COVID, blah, blah, blah. But don't get me wrong, trading is difficult right now. Okay, the market isn't doing what the market should be doing fundamentally. There are many reasons for that, and technically the market is all over the place. Okay, so you know, if you're struggling as a trader now, trust me, guys, there are top-notch hedge funds out there right now who are struggling just as we are as traders. But stick with your system, stick with your rules. Almost gung-ho, stick with those rules, guys, and then and don't trade and don't change anything in those rules unless you've back tested the amendments you're thinking of making, and that proves positive or has a positive outcome expectancy for your account. Now, let's just get back into the chart, because I don't want this video to run on for too long. But here we are on this red arrow here highlights where we got into this chart. And if you follow the crosshair dots all the way down, you'll see that's the 3rd of June. Okay. Now, this bar here is where we took some profits. We took 71 pips of profit out of this market, guys. So at this point, we were 71 pips up. But look at what's happened since June. Price has moved up. Price has moved in our favour, and this is what I'm talking about when I say sometimes you're going to be hundreds and hundreds of pips up. Okay, at this point I was 255 pips up, guys. But if I'm looking to make 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 pips, I've got to be prepared to lose or to let go a lot of pips, to leave my stop wide enough to hopefully allow the market to go in my direction. So what has happened here? Well, as I said, the price has come up, pipped us out of this line and taken us out. But has it taken us out for a loss? No, guys. Our risk was 71%. Sorry, our risk was 71 pips. Okay, we took 71 pips off of half of our sorry, we took more. We took a 2-to-1 off on half of our position. So we took 142 pips off on half of our position. Price has since come up into our stop loss. Remember, we leave the stop loss where it is. So we lose 71 pips on the second half of that position because price has gone up into that area and taken us out for a loss of 71 pips. But because we've made 141 pips, 142 pips, that leaves us 71 pips to the better. So effectively what you're looking at here, guys, is a winner of 71 pips. You may scoff at that. Some people only look for 20 pips a day in a trade. Some people trade 5 to 10 pips a day. But we made 71 pips on this trade. And this trade still didn't do what we wanted it to do. But we're still winners. And again, like I said earlier in this video, if you can win when the trade doesn't go your way, you're doing well. You're doing well. So I'm going to leave it there, traders. Oh, there's one last thing I've got to do. I've got to close this position because although I mean, look at the irony of it. Price went up, took us out, and price has since sold off. And that's the power of these levels that we find. But you know, price took us out. So the only thing that we can do, and there you go. So transparency is the name of the game, guys. You know, we try and keep it as transparent as I can. I show you when I'm taking trades, I show you when I'm losing trades, and I show you when I'm making profits. And hopefully you can see that there's a system here that works. Okay, but guys, I appreciate that it's difficult right now because of everything that's going in the markets, but just stick to your plan. It's that important. I'll see you soon, traders.